It feels like LaMelo is misunderstood. There's been a lot of narratives out there that he doesn't take basketball seriously just because of the style of play that he has. But for those of you guys not watched the video that we're referencing, I will put that in the episode notes. But it does a good job of explaining LaMelo's impact despite his lack of efficiency as a shooter. And sure, if you're judging him just based off of the raw shooting numbers, then yeah, a 54 true shooting percentage isn't great. But what it really boils down to is his talent as a deep shooter, which keeps defenses honest, keeps defenses on their toes, and forces them to account for his ability to hit those open shots when he does get those. And then he takes that and then uses it against the defense. We see that with his drives. We see that with his floaters. We see that with his passes, and just how his ability and his talent as a distance shooter, how that gravity shifts because of that. So when people say that he takes bad shots because they may be contested on occasion, what do you say to those people when they're judging LaMelo based on these quote unquote bad shots?
Yeah, I think that people view and that was a perfect summary, Richie, of the video. So I appreciate that. I think that people view these shots in a vacuum, and that's a problem. I think that we have to view everything contextually that happens on the basketball court. And when we take these shots and just say, in this one moment, this is a bad shot, that may be the case. But if we extrapolate, if we pull out and say, what is that shot doing to the defense? Like, how does the defense react now as a result of him taking those shots and them knowing he will take those shots, and not only will take them, but will make them at a pretty high clip when he's not covered, right? Like that forces them to respect those shots. And as you say, now when you're forced as a defense to respect those kinds of shots, LaMelo has all the tools in the toolbox to leverage that respect and turn it into high value shots for his teammates. And so something I say in the video is that he basically trades his personal efficiency, his individual efficiency, for that of all of his teammates on the court at any given time, which is a really unique concept.
Yeah, that's what makes it like misunderstood, because it feels like if he's maybe doing it for selfish reasons, taking these long shots, but in actuality, it actually benefits the team. And we're not saying that Ball doesn't have moments where he's taken shots too early within the flow of the offense. That definitely happens on occasion. But what I will say, as someone who watches him on a nightly basis, he's actually dialed that back a lot this season in terms of the early shot clock attempts. We have seen a shift in his role under Charles Lee and how they are using him more as an off-ball player, whether that's him allowing others to take the ball up the court, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, Con Knipple, or if he brings the ball up the court, he is just getting off the ball quickly. He's passing it right as he passes midcourt. He goes to set a screen or goes spaces to the corner. He's certainly not as ball dominant as he once was, but he still has that threat as an outside shooter. And one of the biggest things that stood out to me about Ball in your video, and it got me thinking about this idea a little bit more, is that he is more than willing to pass the ball as a way to shift the defense, only to get it right back. I've seen on plenty of occasions where you mentioned this in the video, where the gravity is shifted towards him. Maybe he's on the wing and he sees a couple opponents come at him for the contest. He'll kick it to a teammate and then just immediately cut for a pass right back to himself. So it's this idea that, hey, LaMelo is more than willing to take a shot, any situation, any place, any kind of distance on the court. And I think defenses respect that. They have to come out and guard him, and he certainly uses that to his advantage.
It's a great point. I think a difference between him and someone like a Trae Young is his off-ball ability. And so Trae Young is in my opinion, I wouldn't say useless off the ball, but he's not a willing off-ball player. Like he doesn't want to kind of cut and pass quickly and get it back. He kind of wants to do his thing, have the ball, play pick and roll basketball, get downhill, get to a position where, the defense is in a dilemma where he's either going to go floater, lob, or kick out for a three. And you just have to deal with that every possession. And it's really valuable. It's not a knock on Trae Young. The difference for LaMelo is that he's a highly effective off-ball player, to your point, a very good catch and shoot player, and a very quick processor, someone who's a willing passer, not just to make the flashy pass and say like, I'm going to Rajon Rondo, I'm going to create offense for us, but just I'm going to be a connective guy. Like you're going to give it to me, I'm going to swing it to Khan, I'm going to swing it to Brandon, I'm going to throw the lob. He's going to do anything that's necessary. And I do think that is something that makes him really unique when it comes to some of these more like people who are viewed as these heliocentric, ball dominant, passer, playmaker creators. they don't have that connective passing skill and willfulness to pass in these situations like he does, as well as the off ball kind of gravity and spot up shooting ability. Like he just kind of has the whole package in that way.